History in the making. We break down field hockey's historic run to the national championship game, and we get you caught up on Liberty basketball's road trip.
Plus, we mic up cornerbacks coach Ricky Hunley and show you how he leads this talented group. It's all ahead on Flames Central.
Liberty football welcomes a ranked opponent to Williams Stadium, and the Lady Flames field hockey team competes for a national title. Hey everybody, welcome to Flames Central. I'm Rhett McGibbon alongside Matt Warren.
Yeah, plenty of Flames football talk to get to, including a great story on backup quarterback Johnathan Bennett. But we start, Rhett, with Liberty field hockey's historic run.
Yeah, the Flames entered the season with the goal of winning the Big East title, and they would do just that against their nemesis in UConn. And from there, the wins kept on coming, including a shootout thriller versus the #1 nationally ranked team in Rutgers. That win would place the Flames in the Final Four, in which our very own Emily Austin was there for all the action.
Yeah, Red, what an amazing experience at the NCAA Final Four championship in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I think for next year, I'm going to try to get on the board to see if we could hold this in a warmer location, but we got through it.
Flames and Terrapins in the Final Four. Let's head to the second half of this game. LU already on top 1-0, looking for that oh-so-important insurance mark.
Yeah, it's Danny Rhodes coming into the scoring circle, and Charlotte Bonhold is there to get the deflection out of mid-air. Check it out. That'll give Liberty a 2-0 lead, but it wouldn't last for very long.
That's right. Literally moments later, Maryland would get on the board, and they would continue to push after that big goal.
Eventually, they'll be awarded a penalty stroke, and it's Hope Rose of Maryland putting it back to tie the game at 2-2, forcing overtime.
That's right. Regulation solving nothing, double OT, golden goal rules.
I leaned over to the photographer and said, this is going to be the winning goal. Joe Bolton, the Charlotte Bonhold, doing it all for Liberty to take the game and send them to the national championship.
Yeah, let's get to that game. Emily, just how cold was it on this day?
Have you ever heard of freezing rain, Red?
I have. Liberty, though, would come out of the gates full throttle in this one, awarded a penalty corner with just under 3 minutes in the first, and would almost open the scoring. However, the game would remain at zeros after a couple of big stops.
Yeah, Liberty knew how fast of a team Northwestern was, so the game plan going into this one was be aggressive.
Once again, penalty stroke awarded, this time against LU.
But guess who's in net for the Flames? It's Azul Aritzity Irigoshin. Check out that kick. That's some yoga move right there.
What a save. Another penalty corner awarded, this time Northwestern at the side of the net. Alicia Marshall with a nice deflection would put the Wildcats ahead 1-0, and they would continue to build off that momentum.
Yeah, Red, it seemed like this goal here, too, just took the wind out of the sails for the Flames. A 2-goal lead for Northwestern. Just didn't seem like Liberty was able to bounce back after that one.
Yeah, Northwestern would win their first ever national championship in field hockey. Emily was there for all the reactions surrounding this historic game for LU.
Unfortunately, the Liberty field hockey team's historic run at a national championship came up short, falling to Northwestern 2-0 on Sunday. Despite the loss, the Flames have plenty to take away from a remarkable and impressive season.
Flames! It's just such a special group. I think Jill Bolton and Kenny and all those girls, that they're the people that built this house. You know, they're the girls that helped build this culture and lay a foundation, and I think ultimately got us to this point because of everything that they poured into. So it's just something, I don't think it's really sunk in how much we did do. Like, I know we didn't win the national championship, but to even make it here, you know, is incredible. And certainly we want to win. We don't just want to get here, but you have to get here sometimes before you win it, you know? So I hope, Lord willing, we're back. But I just am going to always remember it as the first time that we were here with a really special group of student athletes.
These girls, this team is special, better. I will remember this season for the rest of my life, this 2021, I think. To end my career in this game, I mean, I would have loved to win a national championship, but making it to the national championship is something I would have never imagined and just will be a forever memory for me.
People should take away that God is still good. Our standing with him is still the same. His love for every single person that walks this earth is still the same, right? We don't have to do anything to earn that. But, you know, at the end of the day, life's about something bigger than sport, and, You know, it would have been absolutely outstanding had we won today, and I would be so pumped right now. But you know, just try to stand on what's unshakable, whether we win or whether we lose.
Even though the Flames came up short, there is so much to be proud of. Charlotte Fonholt, Jill Bolton, and Azul Aritsidi Idigoshin all received NCAA Final Four All-Tournament team honors. And the obvious, this is the first team to ever compete in a national championship for the Liberty Flames. Red, I only spent 5 days with this such a special team, and I will tell you, I probably cried about 12 times. It is just such an incredible group of young women. And, you know, when you look back to Dr. Falwell's original vision for this university, training champions for Christ, I don't think that this field hockey team could have done a better job of living up to that vision during this Final Four tournament. So just, you know, the biggest stage of Division I sports, they did such a phenomenal job.
Yeah, great ambassadors for the school, that's for sure. Matt?
Yeah, just an amazing run for that program. Well, let's shift the focus to football now. The Flames coming out of their bye week with a strong test. Number 21, Louisiana, coming to town. Only the second FBS top 25 team to ever visit Lynchburg. The Raging Cajuns would jump out to an early 14-0 lead in this one, and would quickly turn into 21-0 after the snap mishandled by Flames punter Max Morgan. Dalen Cambry with the scoop and the score. 21-0, Raging Cajuns on top. But then the Flames offense would start to show some signs of life. Malik Willis slinging it to Kevin Shaw for the 29-yard touchdown strike. Then, with the score still 21-7 early in the third quarter, it's Willis to Shaw again. Same result, this time from 30 yards out to make it a 21-14 game. Flames still alive, but unfortunately, turnovers would be their undoing in this one. They gave the ball away 6 times in the contest, and Liberty falls by the final of 42-14. The loss drops their record to 7-4 on the season, with 1 regular season game remaining. Well, when you think of a Liberty quarterback, Malik Willis is the first person that probably comes to mind. And there's good reason for that. He's one of the top QBs in the country, after all. And yet, when Hugh Freeze discussed his leaders on his team, backup quarterback Johnathan Bennett is someone he raves about. Here now is a story about the guy behind the guy at the quarterback position for the Flames.
Well, the facts are on the team, everybody's not going to get the playing time that they want. That's life. You know, and how you handle that, I think, sets you up for a lot of future successes or failures.
For Liberty Flames quarterback Johnathan Bennett, arriving at this truth wasn't easy, but the difficult lesson would ultimately deepen his faith.
I grew up with, it was my mom, my grandma, my grandpa, my sister. We're all in one house, 2 bedrooms. You know, my father wasn't present in my life, so growing up, it was hard to find a father figure, and that's where my grandpa and my uncle stepped in. I just love having them around. I just love them, and they showed me the value of how much family means.
And they would also give him that extra push when needed. Though basketball was his first love, Jonathan's family would encourage him to give football a shot.
I was asleep first day of tryouts, and my grandma woke me up and was like, "Nah, you're going to football practice." So that was my first day of football practice. The football coaches were surprised to see me out there, but yeah, she made me go.
And it's a good thing she did. Bennett would excel for the Summerville, South Carolina Green Wave, before eventually accepting an offer to play for LU. But the transition to college football would get upended his freshman season after suffering a freak knee injury while celebrating a teammate's touchdown.
That hurt a lot because this is my first year in college, and I was finally getting comfortable, like, with practice and the play calling and all that stuff, and then that happened. So it really did hurt my heart. At that point, I was really struggling. I wasn't fully committed to the team at that point in time. I just felt like I was not a part of the team anymore. But my teammates, really Buckshot was the one that was really my good friend who got me through that.
The support of his football family would ultimately help Johnathan work his way back onto the playing field. But after Malik Willis was named the starting quarterback the following season, Bennett had to make a decision on how he would respond to this latest setback.
I think the first week we were playing Western Kentucky. So that first week, I was a really bad teammate. I was coming to work, I was just like, whatever, I just want to go home. You know, I wasn't happy. And then I went to church the next day, and I still remember it. The message of church was, you are where you need to be, and just trusting God and everything would be all right. So I think that day really turned the tide for me as a person, because it wasn't just about me playing. It was about supporting my teammates and being where God wants me to be.
A quick check of Bennett's social media illustrates that changed mindset, and it's also helped build a friendship with his top competitor.
Malik is a great person. He's a great football player. When he got here, obviously you're upset because you want to play, but then I saw what he provided for the team and how great of a person he was. Like, he wasn't some cocky, arrogant, football player. He was a great dude.
Hey, let's go out there and get a glory to God, bro.
And it was easy for me to have respect for him.
And the feeling is mutual.
Shotgun from Bennett. Turns right, RPO. Now he'll toss up right side. Sibley over the shoulder, grab. Yes, sir! Light him up. Touchdown, Liberty.
After Johnathan threw an impressive late-game touchdown pass against UAB, Malik made it a point to give him a shout-out.
Man, I was super excited. My boy JB works hard every day, and he's a great teammate, and I'm glad he got an opportunity, and he definitely showed up and showed out.
Through all of this, Bennett has become one of the Flames' leaders, something not lost on the coaches.
Well, I think JB is one of the best leaders on our team, period. Whether he's on the field, off the field, I think he's one of the most mature, reasonable, level-headed, and really sees the opportunity and is grateful for it that he has here at Liberty, even in the role he is right now. And you see it in his words, in the way he encourages, goes about his business. I mean, he really is a model student, athlete, leader for me in my eyes.
The competitive drive is alive and well as Bennett waits for his opportunity on the field. But until that time comes, he embraces this role that God has given him.
I can honestly say, that first year, my faith was I was on again, off again. It was kind of conditional. When things were good, I wasn't really in the Word. I wasn't really in my faith. But when times were bad, I would try to and just ask God to get me out of situations. But I think now, especially this year, my faith has grown a lot because I haven't asked God to change the circumstances around me. I haven't asked him to bring me out of a storm. I ask him for wisdom and guidance on how to deal with the storm and how to see the storm differently. Whatever happens on the field, everybody's going to forget that. But what everybody's going to remember is the relationship you had with them and how you made people feel at your time here. So that's really what I pride myself on, is being a good person and a good teammate to the guys around me.
Great work by our own Jonah Jabor producing the story. And man, I remember that night where he messed up his leg and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
You wonder in that moment, man, is he going to be able to come back from this and be able to play right? Great to see him just work hard and get back to this level.
When you think every competitor, every athlete, they want to be on the field. That's where you want to be. And so it does take a certain level of maturity to say, my time isn't right now, but I'm going to keep preparing, be ready when the team needs me, and then when they call my name, I'm going to step in and produce. And he has done that this year when they've needed it.
Yeah, he sure has. Well, it's been a busy stretch for the Liberty Athletics Department with the Flames basketball team on the road competing in Orlando, Florida. MAAC ASUN Challenge would be a tough go for the Flames. LU would ultimately drop a back-and-forth contest against the Gales, with McGee leading the Flames with 12. Game 2 versus Manhattan would see a sluggish start for LU. Combine that with a cold night of shooting from beyond the arc, and that would decide the Flames' fate. LU drops their third game in a row and now sit at 1-3 on the season. Well, coming up on Flames Central, Liberty Football celebrates Thanksgiving the only way they know how, by eating lots of pie.
And Rhett names his top players and moments from this past week in a special Warm, Hot, and Fuego. Don't go anywhere.
A bachelor's degree is more than a diploma. It's about standing on your own 2 feet, so you can give back in a way no one else can. At Liberty University, we believe in giving back. So when you study online, you won't pay for books. And when you're out fighting for others, we have your back. By discounting your tuition and holding rates steady for over 6 years. Over 100 undergraduate degrees, 1 U, infinite possibilities.
Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Flame Central. Emily, I think we can agree the best way to celebrate Thanksgiving is by eating pie and lots of it.
That couldn't be more true, Rhett, and the football team agrees. We started a tradition last year, and we're carrying it on this Thanksgiving. I present to you the second annual Flames Football Pie Eating Contest.
Coming to you live, it's your boy 15
and 29,
and we are here at the second annual Liberty Football Pie Eating Contest. You know, we have the defending champ right here. What do you think about him, D-Lo?
I mean, if I was champion last year, I'd come back for the 2-peat, so we're going to see what he got.
Definitely. What do you think about the contestants?
We got DeMario right here, underdog, but I mean, I ain't going to sleep on him, but we're going to see.
Okay, we're going to see what he has in him.
We got Rev trying to represent the D-line, so.
Okay. Put it down for the D-line, man. Man, I'm ready to get started. How about y'all?
Just imagine this pie as the backfield, because guess what? I'm be eating up.
I was just mocking my thing. What are they? Trust me, I'm gonna be a contestant. Oh my gosh. We can cut that. Y'all probably should have wrote me a script. It had to be 15 seconds. I'm gonna be a contender, not a pretender. I'm gonna use that one. Wait, I already forgot it. I'm just thinking too much. Sorry, I'm just waking up, man. I'm mocking my opponents because, you know, they sleep on me. I'm a contender, not a pretender.
You know, as a defending champion, you have to wake up in the morning and you have to look yourself in the mirror and have the underdog mentality. But don't let that fool you. I'm about to be like Secretariat, winning by 31 links today as I'm eating this pie.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. The defending champ is back. He's off to a good start. Okay. Let's sleep on Pop. The sleeper. Rev is getting busy over there. I think they need some water. 45. We have 45 seconds left, my boy. Carter's going crazy over here. The defending champ, of course, as he should. Rev is focused. The defending champ, I think he's making a strong 30 seconds. We have 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Let's get to it. Let's get busy, man.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh, they're slowing down. Rev, you had a lot to say early. You had a lot to say early. I don't think he's saying too much over there now.
How much time we got?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, y'all got that.
That's time. We are done.
Oh, you're sick.
Let's check the results we have here. So, Big Rev, he had a lot to say early. And his plate is still full. Next, we had the underdog, the big sleeper, Pop Shada. What do you think, D-Lo?
I mean, looks like he's a pretender after all.
Yeah, pretty pretendish to me too. Come on. So we're here with the defending champ, and his pie is gone. So I see the tactic you used. So you just ate the middle of the pie.
The easiest part to eat first.
Okay, see. Maybe y'all should take notes, because my boy Carter is a 2-time Liberty Football Pie Eating Champ.
Just give me another minute.
And D-Lo, what do you have to say about the defending champ?
What did Drake say? Back to back.
Hey, going back to back.
You know, first of all, I just want to thank God, you know, for giving me this ability to inhale pie. I like to think of myself as the Joey Chestnut of pie eating contests, you know. And I showed it today with a dominant performance once again. And that second ring is going to look pretty on my finger.
It's your boy 15
and 29.
And that's a wrap on the second annual Liberty Football Pie Eating Contest.
Just give me another minute.
Ah, that's hilarious. Well, notice you didn't see any defensive backs stuffing their faces with pie. No, to play that position, you have to be lean and quick, but maybe, most importantly, the best trait for a defensive back is related to a mindset, a confidence that can't be shaken no matter what comes your way. Recently, we spent some time with the Liberty DBs to find out how they go about their business.
Let's start right now. No explosives right now. Let's go. Play with clean eyes. Get you where you're supposed to get to. Understand your responsibility to do your job. Nobody else's. Do your job. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Practice is huge for us. You know, you have to be a technician at the position.
Hey, you know you only got one option of where he's going.
Like being in a classroom as a teacher, you can't teach everybody the same way. You got to figure out each individual person in the room.
Good, good, good. Hey, let's go. Finish through on the punch.
Corner is the hardest position in football, so you can look it up on Google.
Step and put him down. Get that foot down, get it down. Good footwork here. Good, good, good. There you go, now work, now work. As I'm releasing, what I don't want to do is just turn and try to get narrow, right? Keep working him wide, boom, hand to the wrist, okay? And then I'm leaning and looking, okay? Punch, eyes to the hip, hands to the wrist, let's work. Here we go.
You gotta have that dog mentality at corner. So it's me versus him, so most of the time we're gonna be in a man situation, so I mean, may the best man win, and I mean, I'm gonna choose me over everybody else.
Hey, communicate, communicate. Hey, oh, 2-6. Hey, that's how you gotta fall off. That's what he's gotta do. He gonna make you put air, you gonna be right there, pick it off, okay? Hey, so let him know, post, post, post. Okay, so you can fall off. Good spot, Ben.
And what I try to teach our guys in our room is that that play is coming at you every single time. You're not allowed to really sit back and say, okay, well, maybe it's gonna come this time, maybe it's not. My thought process is they're coming at me every single time, and my goal is to win.
Crack, crack, crack. Good fit, 13. Can't get cracked if you trigger. Good fit. Hey, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
You don't have confidence that our position is gonna be tough to be successful there. And there are gonna be times where you don't make that particular play, but you gotta go line up and get ready to do the exact same thing. We gotta be allergic to average in that room.
I look good right there.
All right, time now for the greatest Thanksgiving tradition of all. It's where we inhale pie. Wow, we named the top player moment of the past week here at Liberty Athletics. It's Warm, Hot, and Fuego Thanksgiving edition. Rhett, you're naming people after what? Food? Do you mind if I go ahead and
Thanksgiving. Oh, please get on. Lots of it, yeah.
Go ahead, take it away, Rhett.
Thanksgiving food, so mashed potatoes, not the whip stuff. I need some lumps in this because it's like the women's basketball team, their physicality. Sometimes it can be a chore to like go through some mashed potatoes that are nice and lumpy. Same thing with this women's basketball team. This is a group that are so physical, and I've talked to coaches, like opposing coaches coming in. The first question I asked is, how do you match the physicality of this Flames team? And they're always like, that is something we actually talk about.
They're mashing their opponents, right?
That's what they're doing. When we go into that building, it is going to be 40 minutes of really tough physical basketball that we have to be prepared for.
Meat and potatoes. There's down dirty work. Love it. Oh, hey, welcome. You get what you need. All right, from warm,
I just like whipped cream.
From warm, we go to hot. Who's hot here?
Hot. Callie Doan, she had a record here recently, named an All-American. Her time in the 6K was a program best. First time for her becoming an All-American. 28th place in the 6A. She was a really strong contender all year long, broke multiple records. She saved her best lap for last, and that's why I think sometimes the dessert
is the best.
Pumpkin pie. She's the pumpkin pie in this scenario. Best for last.
Yes, Callie, you're the pumpkin pie. Congratulations on that and a great career. And finally, Rhett, in Fuego, who's in Fuego this week?
All right, the stuffing, I think we can both agree, is like one of the top notch. Azul is the stuff. Oh my goodness. This save is just amazing.
Watch it.
I'm watching it, and you know what? Sometimes you watch it and you're thinking, wow, that was pure luck. But on this one, she turns her head. She's watching that ball come into the middle, and she stares that thing down. That was probably the best save I've seen, and I've called a lot of great goaltenders in my day. That was amazing.
Fantastic. Even better than this pie that we're going to keep eating here. All right, still to come, a top moment from the past 50 years of Liberty Athletics and one of our last Flames fantasy updates. That's when Flames Central returns.
God's calling for your life can be specific, and at Liberty, we're committed to equipping you to pursue that calling. Choose from more than 300 residential programs of study, or design your own major through interdisciplinary studies, and be confident your major is the perfect fit. No matter how specific your calling, you'll find a program of study to match at Liberty University, and become your best as a champion for Christ.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Each week, we've been looking back on a great Liberty athletics moment from the past 50 years.
Yeah, and this week we head to the gridiron for perhaps the biggest win of the FCS era.
November 29th, 2014. It was Liberty football's first postseason appearance. Playing at James Madison and down by 1 to begin the fourth quarter, the Flames would engineer a season-long 17-play drive that would consume over 11 minutes. The drive would be kept alive by 2 key third down conversions. On 3rd and 11 at the JMU 43, Josh Woodrum would find Dexter Herman over the middle for 26 yards. Then, 3 plays later, on 3rd and 8 at JMU's 15, Woodrum would hit Darren Peterson for a 12-yard gain. Finally, with 2:53 remaining, Nicky Fuala'au would bowl his way in from 1 yard out to give Liberty the lead. But JMU would still have one last shot.
Lee back to pass, over the middle, inside the 5, broken up, incomplete.
Kenny Scott's 6th pass breakup of the season would seal the Flames' first ever postseason victory in their very first postseason appearance. I love reliving that run from 2014. Rhett and Emily won't love reliving the past few months of our Flames Fantasy Football League. Take a look at the results following the game against Louisiana. Of course, we've all selected our 5 players. We've been playing this throughout the year. I continue to dominate. Rhett, though, you're increasing your lead, 2nd place. I think you're looking good there.
I'm pretty, Kevin Shaw had a great week for me, 2 TDs, so good to see that I'm solid in second.
Solid work by you. All right, that will about do it for us this week. As always, LibertyFlamesCentral.com, your home for all of our great stories.
Yeah, and check out our podcast as well. It is absolutely great.
He's Rhett. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here next week.